Okay, I'm pretty late, so let's start today. Hey guys, good morning and welcome to this new episode of Behind the Closed Doors. Now, we're gonna do stuff slightly different, as you can already see in the beginning. I'm trying to do more of a narrative or more storytelling kind of filming. Now, remember, these vlogs are not meant as separate videos. They are just to give guys a backstage look, let's call it that, a behind the scenes look of what we do during the day. So don't expect any Casey Neistat kind of vlogs, but we're gonna try to up the ante just a little bit. Now we're still experimenting with cameras, and this time we actually have the Sony FX33. So we tried, of course, the RX100 MK3, we tried the 4, and both cameras were pretty good, but the audio I didn't like that much, and I couldn't connect any external audio, of course. So then we tried the Sony A7R II, which absolutely blew me away. Great camera and amazing audio. Even without an external mic, the audio was great, also when I'm behind the camera. And of course, in a vlog, you film before and behind the camera. Saturday, we used the AX100 from Sony, so that's the more high-end 4K camcorder. And today we're gonna use the 33, which is more a lower-end camcorder, also 4K. So let's see how it turns out today. So, what are we gonna do today? Today we have a workshop for PF Magazine. Now, PF Magazine is a photography magazine in the Netherlands. And our model today is Nadine. So enjoy today's episode of Behind the Closed Doors. Never forget that shooting tethered is incredibly important. You don't only just show the images to your client, but it's also a great tool for yourself to know that you're in focus. Now, for tethering, we of course use the tether tools. So let's connect that before the workshop, and then we're ready to meet the students. And Sony has this really cool way of connecting it. So this is a rock solid connection, and if you don't have this on your camera, and most cameras don't, use the jerk stopper from Tether Tools, because trust me, you don't want those little fragile connectors to break. So, we're all ready? Let's meet the attendees of the workshop. Good morning, Nadine.
Hi.
Are you ready for the workshop?
Almost.
She's almost ready.
Almost.
Drinking some Coffee? Okay, so are you looking forward to it?
Yes. Do you?
Of course, always.
Yes.
Okay, let's go. Model releases.
Yes.
While teaching the workshop, they also brought us a new water machine. Great. And all 3 books in a row. So we have the English one, Czech, and Chinese. And there's even another Chinese one, but we don't have a copy. Okay, we're done with the workshop, and after the workshop we're gonna do the interview with Nadine, and that's gonna be in Dutch because that's about our models, and that's a series Anne is doing and interviewing all our models. So today, of course, it's Nadine's turn. Okay, I just heard Anne is not doing the interview, so I'm actually gonna interview Nadine. So, well, it's gonna be fun. Okay, the workshop is done and now it's time for retouching and of course editing behind the closed doors. But first, retouching the images from Nadine from today. Oh, and by the way, if you wondered, you only saw 2 students today. Absolutely true. And absolutely terrible. Now, the idea was for today that I would give a workshop for the readers of PF Magazine. However, nobody showed up. So we called them like, hey guys, you booked our studio for today. We have 2 students from our own and the group from the PF. So what happened? The girl who worked there quit. And she forgot to tell the other girl that there was a workshop today. So nobody knew. Well, you know what they say, shit happens. This was really shitty. So I hope that, well, the 2 had a great workshop, but this was almost one-on-one. And we got some great images. So in the end, it all worked out. But it's a little bit, well, weird that even the people who booked the workshop didn't call us like, hey Frank, is the workshop still going on or whatever. So that actually shows you that some people are very, very active. Like me, I'm a control freak. I want to know for sure, like, okay, I have this camera here. I want to make sure that everything's best. And if I go to a workshop, I want to make sure that I'm there. But some people just, well, probably don't care. So that's a little bit weird, but now we had 2 students, so that's fun too. Okay, let's go to some retouching work. So today we actually filmed behind the closed doors with the AX33, and I can already tell you that from all the cameras we tested, the A7R II without any doubt was the best camera. It had great image quality, it had great sound, but most of all, in dark areas it was way better than all the other cameras. So I'm now actually looking at the A6500 from Sony, because that should be a little bit similar, and we're gonna add that camera probably for behind the closed doors. But we'll let you know in a later point what camera we choose. And of course, if you have any other suggestions, please leave it in the comments below after the video. Okay, let's take a look at the results from today. Now, this was from the first set with Nadine. I love her styling here. And we used 70 centimeter Octa from Ellingrom with a grid. And of course also a close-up. This is from the set with the chandeliers. I made this black and white. Here we actually used a long shutter time to move the camera around, so you get this really cool effect. And this is with a strobe on Nadine, and of course the chandeliers are doing their own work. Lens flare, love her styling here, look at that hair, absolutely amazing. And another one. Now all those blobs you see is actually dust on my lens. I never clean the lens, and this is why I don't clean the lens. I absolutely love the effect that you get when you have dust on your lens and you get lens flares, then you get this really nice effect on it, and you don't need Photoshop for that. And we also had a second model today. Peter, one of the attendees, actually brought his own model, so I also took some shots of her, and also with big lens flares. Okay, so these are the results for today, and now we're actually gonna start up Resolve and edit the video. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Behind the Closed Doors. We did it slightly different than you used from us, a little bit more shorter scenes. If you liked what you saw, leave your comments below so we can continue this way. And of course, subscribe to our channel, we really appreciate it. And see you again on Wednesday. Bye guys.